Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. I shall see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today. So we're relaxing as per usual. I'm recording a bit late again because of not Animal Crossing. D&D. Sorry, I had a towel on my head. So, brush that water. Yes. Had a D&D session. I think it was a pretty decent one. Again, it feels like all these ones are in particular leading up to what's going to be presumably the ending of this arc. With set characters and starting a new one, server maintenance. Oh, that's like that's in less than 20 minutes, but we better get on with it. So, good evening, everyone. I'm here with a late night broadcast. Hope I can make it through this. Right now in Fawnhallow it's 12:36 AM on what should be Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. It has occurred to me that I need to actually finish the thumbnail art. Like, I've made a decent amount of progress on it since last time, but then I kind of stopped for a while, mainly because I was playing Honkai Star Rail. I'll be 100% honest. But it has occurred to me that it's now March and I actually do need to finish it for year 5, 6 or whatever. And then I'll need to do a retroactive one, which, again, I've spoken about before, but I know what I'm doing now for a retroactive one, which will fit this outfit probably better than the current thumbnail art will fit it, and will be significantly simpler, hopefully. I don't know, we'll find out. And by I don't know, I mean I do know, like at least in concept it's significantly simpler. I don't know what to talk about. Mainly session's interesting, a lot of it's sort of plotting basically, but where they basically know they have this final boss fight of this arc coming up. Obviously it's not going to be the final boss fight of the entire campaign, and it's going to be interesting necessarily how we're going to deal with it. But yeah, they're currently sort of debating, I would say, on a way of how to actually approach this fight. But there's going to be a bit of a gap between successive sessions for this campaign, so we've got a lot of time to think about it. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. But both campaigns, like, the other campaign's also kind of ramping up. Not quite to final boss level yet, but like, they're certainly ramping up a decent amount. Which would be interesting, I think, to see. Exactly the nature of how that's going to happen. You might say that sounds a bit weird to say, because you're the one, dear darling, who's determining how that will happen. And I guess that's true. Anyway, what am I going to talk about? I'm not sure. I was thinking about talking about Tangyuan, but then I thought it was about the fact that I missed it because Tangyuan Day was yesterday. You usually have a Lantern Festival, so I guess I had to wait a whole another year until I speak about it. I don't know what to think about. I've still got Amphorius on my mind, you know. And you might be like, wow, she's got Amphorius so much on her mind, it must be the greatest story ever written. I would say, not necessarily. Like, hold your horses. It is genuinely, I think the way I describe it is that the lore in Star Rail is incredibly fun. It's super, super cool. And the grand scheme picture of a lot of the stories are fantastic. I'm not going to debate that. Are they literary classics? No, probably not. But the actual micro level storytelling is pretty dense, I think, a lot of the time. Which worked in its favour this time for me. Because I was like, you know, I'm vibing with the characters, I'm vibing with the lore. The way they speak actually is kind of similar to, I feel like, how I would speak. Or in like this, or how I would write something in like this incredible over the top sort of prose. But it also, I do understand that it's a huge drag at the same time. Sometimes, like, if you're not into it, then it kind of just goes like, ugh. But yeah, and I definitely see there's a lot of opinions, I suppose, about some of the later patches. Which is totally fair, like, I think you're more than justified. And weirdly enough, knowing about his opinions actually made it better for me. In a way I can't really describe, where it was just like, oh. I guess because I knew certain things happened is how I describe it, but I didn't know how some other things happened. My mind going in was much more focused on how does this other thing make sense, because I don't know how this works. And then I got to have the joy of getting many different answers, I suppose, revealed to me. But it does make me wish I kind of played it like when it first came out, because I mean, this is not really kind of it's a spoiler for the story, but I mean, it happened like on the final patch day, or whatever, like whatever day before the patch of the final story arc. They basically started deleting characters, quote unquote, from social media. So they were posting like images about characters basically saying yeah, farewell, and then they were like making a load of the videos private essentially. So it was like those being erased. They had like a live stream of like a loading bar of like completion to deletion, because that's kind of like an ongoing theme in Forest. It's kind of like resetting everything. It's not really quite like that. There's more intricacies to that, but that's like a high level overview to understand the concept behind it. And it truly is fascinating. I can't imagine how incredible it would have been to see that happening live and understand more what's going on. Because I mean, technically I did see it happen live, and I had a vague idea of what was going on, but I didn't really know that well. But now I know the impact of it. I'm just like, dang, it's cool as heck, you know. Anyway, let's talk about Slay the Spire 2. It's coming out today, because we passed midnight, like 6 PM or so today. I'm sure a lot of my friends are very, very excited about it, considering the fact that it's some of our most played games. I've been considering it as well, and I was like, I think I'll probably also play it when it comes out. Try it, because it's sort of thing where it's like, yeah, why not? I should give it a go. Because I mean, if it's this popular, if so many of my friends have loved this game, I think it's the best thing ever. Absolutely. I should just kind of see what it's like, really. Just give it a shot. Because I didn't really get into the first one. And by didn't really, I mean I didn't get into the first one. I've literally never played the first one, or my sum total knowledge about it is from what my friends have told me, or what I've seen if they've played it, which is like, I know the different characters kind of. Ancient, Watcher, Ironclad. I don't remember what the ninja girl is called. And I know vaguely, and I know like how the cycle, I suppose, of the gameplay goes. And I know the greatest trinket of all time, Sneko's Eye. Apparently it's not, I'm pretty sure it's not that good. I'm pretty sure it's incredibly niche. And for some reason I feel like I remember it like sets all your card costs to 1 or something, like it's or 2 or 3 or something like that. Anyway, why do I remember that? I've got no idea. I just do for some reason. Anyway, it's a highly anticipated game. Is it as anticipated? It's probably not as anticipated as Silksong. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I don't know. I feel like Silksong I saw everywhere. Still people are talking about it. You might be like, dear darling, when are you going to play Silksong? I will, eventually. I don't know if I'm going to do it in series. I'm not going to do a series after 9 Souls. But it'll probably be the series after 9 Souls. That's my thinking. I'm excited for it. But I don't know. I'm just in the stage right now where like my thoughts are just consumed by. But this happens, and I say this a lot. This happens every time I engage with a story whose concept or like. I think I'm realising it's not like with small technical details which makes me really engage with a story. It's the overarching ideas of it. Like, does it have a satisfying crunch to it? The general story arc makes sense. Which is why I think I engage so much with Star Rail stories, despite the fact that I feel like almost objectively on a micro level, they definitely would serve to do well if they had editing or something. Because it just, I cannot express to you how dense the dialogue is in Star Rail a lot of the time, and how unnecessary. Like, like there was many points where I was like, even I feel this is unnecessary, which is a lot coming from me. I realise that I'm much, weirdly, much prefer like very large scale picture things when it comes to storytelling wise, you know. But characters are there to serve the means of what the story themes are. But on a character level, I guess I do like a micro level. I don't know, it's hard to say. I guess I just kind of like both. Or perhaps a better way is that one can, a good macro level story can offset the micro execution of it. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Yeah. So it happens sometimes when I engage with a story so good, it just consumes my mind. Like it happened with Omari. Just consumed my mind. It happened with Fontaine, Genshin Impact. Just consumed my mind. I'm trying to think what other stories happened where I just was like, oh my gosh, what happened? I'm trying to think what other stories I played where just like, you know, it's just a wondrous feeling, I think, when a story just sits with you for a while. When you finish it and you just sit back being like, wow. And I think that's what Amber was to me. I mean, I'm sure part of it was because of how insanely long, convoluted almost it was, that so much investment of time went into it. But when finally I got to the end, there was nothing else I could do except for sit there and be like, huh, that's it. I made it to the end. What a true epic it was. And I'm glad I did. Because it is, as I say, it's fully encouraged me to now play more of the games and be like, okay, let me see what other things are going on in the story. Also tell you, I did order a new mouse. I'm expecting it this weekend, hopefully. So I can finally stop having this double clicking issue. It's so frustrating. But yeah, I don't know, I relish these moments, you know, when you just engage with something and then you get to the end of it and you're like, I wish I could do it all over again, but I would never trade the experience of doing it all over. But I would never trade losing, I suppose, the story that I got in this moment, you know? Just that feeling of sitting there going, man. It's almost like it's emotionally draining, you know, in a way, but it wasn't actually emotionally draining. It was just like emotionally satisfying, perhaps is the way to put it. Which is how cohesively everything sort of fit together in the end. Like, oh, I kind of want to like ramble on about it. I mean, it only happened like, what, 3 months ago, 4 months ago or something? Just incredible. Yeah. I've never played the Mondstadt. Sorry, the Genshin event story. And I was like, oh, this one's just cute, light-hearted fun, to be honest. Compared to everything else, so who knows? Yes. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. I just wish I had something else to say. I'm trying to think of other things in the past where stories have just sat with me. I'm sure it's happened with movies. The thing is, I don't remember movies nearly as well. What movie have I just watched and just like sat back afterwards to be like, whoa? I mean, Parasite, I think, was definitely one of them. Except I remember I was watching it with a load of friends. And then it was like late at night, whatever. after watching it, I was just like, whoa. It's not even plot twists, it's just there's something so satisfying about many cohesive story arcs coming all together at once to solidify whatever theme it's talking about. That's what I want. Anyway, yeah, sit back with a story. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to wrap this episode up here because turns out I don't really have a lot to talk about. So, keep on watching, thank you very much. It's been Adam across New Horizons. I've been dear darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.